Hello, everybody. I am Jazz Giraldo with The Boss, and today we have a great actress. Her name is Erika Muñoz. She's going to talk about her last project, Long Gone By, in HBO. Hello, Erika. How are you doing?
I'm well. How are you doing?
I am very, very good. Thank you.
Good.
I want you to tell me a little bit about your character, Ana Alvarez.
So Anna's a mother. She's a mother of a teenage daughter, and she's just been working really, really hard her whole life. She's, you know, a very sort of kind of get things done type of person. It's just whatever needs to be done, she needs to do, and she's completely devoted to her daughter. Her daughter is a high school student who is very bright and also helps her, has the same kind of work ethic that her mom has. And she kind of gets backed into a corner where she has to figure out what she's going to do to take care of her daughter very quickly. After a routine check-in, finds that she's going to have to go back to her home country. So all of this happens in a week span of time where she has to figure out what to do. And it's really just about that struggle of how do I take care of my kids and what do I do to set them up for success.
How difficult was for you to be acting in this project and also producing
Yeah.
this project?
It was, I have two sons, and the young girl who played my daughter in the film, Izzy, her name is actually Izzy, and she's my niece. So in a lot of ways, my mother was a single mother of four kids. She worked really hard. She kind of did what she had to do. My father, emigrated from Costa Rica and had to kind of pull himself up from his bootstraps and figure things out. And so, in that sense, I connected to the character. I connected to her pretty easily. It was hard to live through some of those feelings, but it wasn't challenging, I think, to connect with that story of being a mother, because it's kind of a universal feeling of just you do anything to protect your kids. And producing was great. I've produced on a small scale. I've done some producing for some documentaries and some, reality shows, that kind of thing, but I had never produced on this scale before. And it kind of happened right at the beginning of the film. It was written and directed by Andrew Morgan, who doesn't really have any experience in this space. So he very early on was wanting to work with me, wanting to talk with me about, and his wife, Emily, who's also a producer, about what it is to be a mother, about how it feels to come to a country. And, Spanish was my first language when I came here when I was 5 years old. So what it's like to kind of walk through that and be a stranger in your own country in some ways,
Mm-hmm.
So in that sense, it was really fun. And it was nice to be so involved right from the beginning.
That's amazing. How difficult it is for you to see all of these other women, Hispanics in this country, going through what they go through, and on top of that, going through a pandemic.
Yeah, I mean, my sons go to a dual immersion school right now. They, when I was telling you my first language was Spanish, but I kind of had to assimilate very quickly. So I'm learning Spanish again as an adult now. But I wanted my children to be bilingual. I wanted them to know where they come from. And so they're going to a dual immersion school. But a lot of the kids in our school are dealing with not just, some of us were, some families were paycheck to paycheck already. So then you take away their income and there's no assistance. And you're seeing it in real time. My son's friends, people that we know and love. And it's really hard to see because we're all going through the same thing. We all want our kids to have full bellies and getting educated and all of that. And so, yeah, it feels very real for me, and it's daily. Our community, our school community is kind of rallying, and we're trying to kind of, protect everyone in our school community. But I lay awake some nights thinking of families that are not able to take care of themselves right now and trying to figure out how do I help and that kind of thing. It's challenging. I'm sure I'm sure you feel that too, that very real feeling of, yeah, it's hard. It's very hard.
I wanted to ask you, I see you've been working with you have worked with some Hispanic actors, with the Valderrama and John Leguizamo. And now that we have this Hispanic boom in Hollywood, Will you be able, or would you be willing to act in a Hispanic project or in a
Oh my God.
Spanish language project?
Yes. I mean, one of the main reasons, yes. I mean, I'm excited for what's coming because, I mean, I think there's value in the kind of work that, you know, that Ana does in the film, but I would love to see more representation and, you know, love to see some, you know, Hispanic women playing lawyers and doctors and teachers and like see it kind of open up and tell all of our stories from, you know, our lens is, there's so many different shades of Latinos and Latinas, and there's so many different like experiences. So the fact that there's major actors that are now kind of, there's a need for these kinds of stories. Yes, absolutely. The more stories I can be involved in, the better. And I'm actively trying to work on producing films and stories that I believe in and bringing people in from not just in front of the camera, but behind the camera, directors and cinematographers and, you know, lighting, even everybody in our community, because there are so many different stories to tell, yet to tell. And so it's exciting to see what may come from that and to be a part of that, for sure. Yeah.
And now that you have gone through the whole acting process and you have lived your passion, you have experienced what many people have still wish to experience, do you find yourself enjoying more now producing and directing than acting? Do you plan on like stepping back behind the camera at some point and just helping other Hispanics to do it?
I think I love the process of acting and the process of getting lost in another character. It's so collaborative and so fun. And I don't think I'll ever be able to get rid of that passion. I tried. I stepped away from the business when I had kids for like 5 years, and then it just kind of pulled me back. Mm-hmm. But what I love about producing is just what you said, the fact that you can open opportunities for the community, and that opening up. As a producer, you know, I'm working on filling all of the positions. So as you open up those, you're going to get more and more rich stories, and the tapestry becomes more involved, more colorful, more, you know, open. So it's hard. I'm really enjoying the producing arm of it. I don't know about directing because it's a very specific skill that I don't quite have. I would have to, you know, follow. So I think I really like this. I like putting teams together of, you know, people that maybe don't have those same opportunities. So that part is really inspiring and fun to be a part of, for sure.
Erika, there is another project that is, seems like you guys are filming.
Yeah.
Are you filming this City of Crowds too, and while this whole pandemic is going on? Are you being able to work on it right now?
No, it's on hold. It's been on hold for quite a while. It's really cool. Renee Victor plays my mother in that. She was in Coco and Vida and just basically everything. You've seen her in everything. And it's a largely female cast, female director, you know, so it was really fun to be a part of. But no, everything on that end is on hold. And that arm of it has just kind of frozen for me. I know some people who are working and who are getting back to work slowly. I think a lot of people are taking precautions. You know, it's hard because I don't know how you can distance when you're in a scene, or I don't know how that works. I wouldn't even know where to begin, but you know, I'm hopeful that in the next few months we'll find some paths to being able to work again.
To start working again. In the meantime, you're just staying home, enjoying your kids, trying to go through it peacefully.
Yeah, we started school yesterday. So, that's been interesting because they're online.
I completely understand you. I have a 1.5-year-old boy, and it's just so much work, especially at that age.
Yes, because you're supposed to be working, right? And then you're also supposed to be momming. We used to be able to do it at different times, and now it's like, what are they doing right now while I'm working?
Everything at the same time, cleaning, cooking, working.
Yes.
You know,
trying to work out at home with kids on your back, like all of it.
Yes. That's me. It's just a little tough, but it's you know, it's an experience. It's making us stronger. I'm pretty sure.
Hello, my name is Erika Muñoz. You've just been buzzed.